Okay, let's start. As we already learned in the last classes, like I have taught about what is called signals. Okay, I taught about different representation of signal. Okay, I have taught some of the elementary signals. Elementary signals means some basic signals which we should know. Okay, we should know the form. There is functional representation as well as graphical representation. We already taught about what is called a unit step signal. We have discussed about unit ramp signal. And we have discussed about parabolic signal. Okay. So today we'll discuss about right from unit impulse signal. Okay, unit impulse signal. So what is called unit impulse signals? It is like a one spike in the x-axis or time domain. Like it can define it is defined as del t equal to infinity when t equal to 0. Okay, we have amplitude of infinity when t equal to 0, and its amplitude would be 0 when t not equal to 0. Okay, so this unit impulse signals is represented by del t. So this is the functional representation of unit impulse signals, and graphically or graphical representation. But you can write graphical representation is given as this is the axis is represented by time domain, and at t equal to 0 only we have the okay. So at t equal to 0 it says delta t representation of this. Okay, we have amplitude of infinity. So this impulse may be this is if this is y-axis, okay, and if impulse found to be here at t equal to 2. Who is talking? Who is talking? So it impulse is at t equal to 2. This is the representation. Here del t will be, we write t bracket t minus 2. Okay, just remember these things. At t equal to 2 we have the spikes. Here this card shows that the amplitude is the infinity. Okay, so another thing we have to know that in impulse signals the area is unity. Okay, the area under the signals or area of the impulse signal is unity. So let me write as a note. Okay. Area under unit impulse signals is unity. So mathematically we can write as integration minus infinity to infinity del of t dt equal to 1. Is it clear? Because integrations is represent the area of a area under a curve. Okay, this integration means, so here curve is impulse signal, so area under curve will be unity. This is the one property of unit impulse signals. So another note is that we already said that there has some relation between these unit impulse signals or unit step signals or parabolic signals. There has some relation. For unit impulse signals also we can derive the other signals, like from unit impulse signals we can derive the unit step signals, we can derive the ramp signals, we can derive the parabolic signals also. So how we can what is the relation? Relation is that when we integrate a unit impulse signals, okay, integrating a unit impulse signals gives what? Unit step signal. Okay, this is the relation between unit impulse signals and unit step signals. Unit step signal. So it let me interact. Is it clear? Can you understand the things, or can you understand the writing also? Anybody response? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just ask something when you don't understand. So I'll try my best to clear those doubts. So what note 2 I am saying that integrating a unit impulse signal gives unit step signal. Okay. So we can write like in a mathematical form. This is UT. UT means unit step signals. UT equal to integration minus infinity to infinity del t dt. Okay. This is the integration. Here we integrate a unit impulse signals. It's give the unit step signals. Here you can say, okay, sir, here we you have shown that okay, minus infinity to infinity del t dt equal to 1. But why you write unit step signals? So we know that unit step signal, if you see the plot, okay, this is the unit step signals. Here also you can see that the amplitude of unit impulse unit step signal is 1. So this 1 is nothing but you can say that unit step signals. So this is the relation you have to remember, that integrating unit impulse signals gives unit step signals. So another double integrating the unit impulse signals will give what? Can you say? If we double integrate unit impulse signal gives what? Can you say? It gives ramp signal. Okay. How? Let's see. So if we double integrate del t dt, then this inside will give what? Unit step signal. Okay. because we already know minus this integration del t dt is nothing but a unit step signal. Again, we know that when we integrate a unit step signal, we'll find a ramp signal. Like that, we can find the parabolic also. Parabolic signal we can find by triple integration of the unit impulse signals. Okay. So, are you making the note, please, or I am going fast? Please respond, anyone. You can able to note down or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, just stop me when I am going fast. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Those thing is very important. These are the basis. So you should know all the steps. So all the nodes is very important. This integration part, this relation is very important. So in competitive exam also they are asking simple 1 marks questions from this sort of questions. Okay, what is the, if we integrate a if we differentiate a parabolic signal, what we will get, like that. Okay, so these are very important. These are very basis. Okay. Come to the some property of impulse signal is there. Okay. These properties are very important. Please take a note. Okay, all the things what I'm going to teach, all are important for you. First property is, if we integrate something minus infinity to infinity, x of t del t minus t naught dt. Okay, if we integrate, integration limit is minus infinity to infinity xt into del t minus t naught dt, then our output will be only x t naught. This is the one property. Another thing is that the t naught, this limit of t naught, the value of t naught should be less than or equal to minus infinity or infinity. Okay, this limit should be, you have remembered, this is very important, that t naught value should be in between minus infinity to infinity. Okay, like second property is delta at equal to 1 by mod a delta t. This is another formula. This is called a scale version of the signal. So we'll teach about the different operation on signals in coming days. So just you remember that if something multiply with the t, this is called a scale version of signals. Scale version is that if we if the a is positive, then it is compress the signal. If it means less than 1, then it expand the signals. Just now you remember that a is a factor which can compress or expand a signal. Okay, here del t at equal to 1 by mod a del t. This is the second property. Third property is xt into del t minus t naught. Okay. So xt into del t minus t naught give x t naught del t minus t naught. So here you can see that this term or this term is similar. Okay, in the integration this is the in the between integration you see that this term is similar with this, but here only x t naught into del t minus t naught also come. Okay, so you have to remember when integration is there, okay, then only x t naught will be the output. But if there is no integration, then output will we just replace the t by t naught or in x quantity, or you can say that this is the x equal is a signal. In x signal we just replace t by t naught. Okay, so these three properties are very important. Based on this properties, or another property is there. Let me say another property is that unit impulse signal is an even signal. Okay, this is also very important. Even signal means we'll see when we when I teach about the different classification of signal. There will be one classification there on the basis of their even or odd. I will teach about what is called even signal, what is called odd signal. So right now you just write the properties that the unit impulse signals is nothing but a even signal. Even signal means del minus t. Del t equal to del minus t. Okay. So fourth property is that unit impulse signals is an even signal. That is del t equal to del minus t. So these four properties are very important. So there are many numerical on these properties. So let's solve some numericals. Problem 1. Okay. Find the value of integration 2 to 5 del t minus 7 dt. So what is the value of this? They are asking. Okay. So solution is you see that the integration I've taught in the first property that the t naught here, t naught is 7. Okay, this t naught value should be greater than lower limit and less than upper limit. Okay, but here you see that this 7 is exit the limit 2 and 5. So 2, 5 del t minus 7 del t. Since it's crossed the limit, it is not in between the limit 2 and 5. 7 is beyond the this 2 and 5. So here this output would be 0. You can ask the questions if you don't understand these problems. This is very important. I have already wrote in this first property that t naught value, that is 7. Okay, t naught value should be greater than lower limit and less than upper limit. Okay, but here 7 is beyond the 5. Okay, so that's why the limit integration of the signal is 0. This is the problem 1. Problem 2. Okay, in problem 2 right, okay, find the value of 2 to 5 del t minus 3 dt. Okay, if the question has come, okay, find the values of del t minus 3. Here you can see that t minus 3 dt. Here you can see that this t naught is in between the limit, okay, 2 and 5. So it is it gives the values. Okay, it has the values, but what is the values? So you should know. So value will be 1. Okay. So like that, come to difficult question. Find the value of integration minus 3 to 5 thrice t square plus 60 plus 6t plus 5 del minus 3t minus 6 dt. Okay, this is the 5. So integration is minus 3 to 5, and the function is given 3t square plus 6t plus 5 into del minus 3t minus 6 dt. Okay, so here you can say that this is scale version of the signal. The second property also used, means what is the property? Second property says, what says? Then del at equal to 1 by mod a del t. Okay, so you see the second property says we know that del at equal to 1 by mod a del t. Okay, so here you can see the signal is given. Who is talking? Who is talking? Just listen the things. Okay, if you any doubt, ask. You can ask. Del t. Okay, del minus 3t minus 6t. So here you can see some scale version of the means value of a is given. So you can write this like that. Del, if we comment this common minus 3, then it will give t minus t plus 2 not dt. This dt will be not there. I just try to say the this del function. I want to remove the scale version. Okay, I want to find that delta t separately. The delta t separately. So what we make, we common minus 3 from this function. Okay, when you common, then it will give what as the according to this property, it will give 1 by mod minus 3 del t plus 2. Okay, so mod means it's give the positive values only. So 1 by 3 del t plus 2. Okay, so we just simplify this term to up to 1 by 3 del t plus 2. So right here, okay, integration minus 3 to 5 3t square plus 6t plus 5. Here 1 by 3 will come in place of this function. 1 by 3 equal to delta t plus 2 dt. What will be? This 1 by 3 terms will come out. Okay, this is a constant. So it come outside of this integration. So 1 by 3 will be here outside. So minus 3, 5. This is below 3t square plus 6t plus 5. This delta t plus 2 dt. Okay, so what is the value of this? What is the value of this? So how we can find this integration?
Substituting in x of t naught y.
Okay, so what happened based on the property 1? Okay, what property 1 says? Property 1 says integration minus infinity to infinity x of t delta t minus t naught dt equal to gives x only t naught. Okay, only t naught when t naught limit is greater than minus infinity and less than or equal to infinity. So here you see, we can say this is as a xt. Okay, we can say this is as a xt and this is as a del t, but here you can say this plus 2 is t naught is minus 2. In this place, this t naught is minus 2. Okay, so t naught is minus 2. So we place this So we place this xt square 60 plus 5. We plus just put this t naught in xt. Okay, this t, all the t is replaced by -2, means the value will be 3 into -2 whole square plus 6 into -2 plus 5. It will gives the value, this -2 square 2 equal to 4 and 3 12 plus this not plus, this will be minus. There was -2 into 6 plus -12 plus 5.
sir.
It will give 5.
5.
So these numericals are very important. So you are able to understand, no? So are you take the note? Are you written the all? Are you written all the things sequentially? So can I go for the next problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me give.
Sir,
Yes, yes.
sir, in front of integration there is 1/3, no sir. What about the...
Okay. Yeah. So this this 1/3 will be there. So I forget. Sorry for that. 1/3 will be there. So 1/3. So below will be 5/3. Okay. 1/3 will be there. So below will be 5/3. Okay. Thank you for the correction. Okay. Let me give as a homework. Okay. 2 problem. One is minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus at square delta t minus 5 dt. Find the value of these functions. Or second is like integration minus infinity to infinity, or you can some question may give the values. Okay, minus 10 to 10 or like that, like t square plus t cube into, you can say that delta t plus 5. What is the value? So these two problems I give as a homework. Just you try it. If you don't, if you're unable to solve this, please let me know. Okay, I'll solve that. So as you we are saying about or teaching about the elementary signals, we already I already taught 4 signals. First one is unit step signals, next unit ramp signal, next unit parabolic signals. Now today I've discussed about unit impulse signals. Okay. Next signal is very important for you guys. It's very simple, you know already, but then also some concepts you don't know. Let me clear those. That is called sinusoidal signals. Sinusoidal signals. These signals may be function. Okay, we can write as a function also, or we can write waveform also. Okay, but functions you may find in some of the questions is written as a sinusoidal functions. Don't be means afraid of written as functions. So it's nothing but a signals only. So sinusoidal signals. So we can write the definitions. We can write or the mathematical formula. We can function formula. We can write the continuous time sinusoidal signal a continuous time sinusoidal signal is given by like xt equal to A sine omega t plus theta. Okay. Somebody sending request now also to join the class. Xt equal to A into sine omega t plus theta. Here A is nothing but amplitude. Omega is angular frequency, and theta is nothing but phase. In this parameter, this theta is very important for you, because phase is important for you guys for when you are going to learn about the motor. There is 3-phase motor, single phase motor. So what do you mean by phase? So you should know properly. So let me give the graphical representation. Graphically, or it's plot like a, this sinusoidal means it's maybe a sine wave, cos wave. Okay. So this is the amplitude. Okay, the deviation from this y-axis of this curve is given, is says what? Theta. This is the deviation from the y-axis. That's why it's called a phase. So, and frequency is said the repetition, since this signal is this signal of repetition. If you repeat in this here also, the repetition in 1 second is given, or we know as frequency. Okay. So what is angular frequency? The repetition of this. Okay. If it is twice pi, then omega would be 2s pi of f. F is the frequency of the signal. Okay. So let me ask some questions if you know. If a signal is start from 0, a signal is start from 0, and another signal is start from here. So this signal is said by what? You know, I think the signal, a sinusoidal signal, if it is start from 0, then it is called? Anyone? If a signal start from 0, it is called sine wave. Okay, sine omega t or sine wave. If it starts from here, okay, it is called cos omega t. Okay, so so I have said that if there has some difference here, okay, from y-axis to this part is called as a phase. So if you take this as a reference point, this 0, okay, from 0 to this, the crossing of this axis, it is also, you can say, phase difference of this signal. Okay, here also you can say this is start from 0, but here it is start from 0, but its amplitude is high. If you make it little extended, so it is start from here, isn't it? So it is started from here. So this much is the phase difference. Okay, this much is the phase difference. So we can say this part, this is nothing but a 90 degree of phase, you can say. Okay, and you have to know about the lead or lag. Okay, lead lag you'll have to understand. So what is called leading of signal, or what is called lagging of signals. So you'll heard these terms in coming days too many times. Then lead and lag signals. Okay, so those also, if sharp signal, let me clear those. Suppose this step signal is start from 0, isn't it? So it is start from 0. If it is start from here, it is lagging. Lagging means it should be start from 0, but it start from t equal to 2, suppose. So it's lag of signals. This is very important. If this signal is start from here, okay, t equal to -2. Here it is start from 0, but here it's already advanced, means it start from -2 itself. So it is called a advanced signal, or you can say that it is lead from these signals. Okay, lead signal. So it is lead from the signal. So here also cos and sines, you can say here 0 is here, but in this signal, for the signal, the 0 is here. So it is what? Can you say? Lead or lag?
Leading.
Leading. So it is leading. So you can say this is advanced signal. Advanced in existence. Okay. So these concepts is very important in coming days. You'll get when you understand the three-phase signals. Okay. So these concepts are very important. You just remember the things. Okay. So we'll discuss about sinusoidal signals here. Let me give the another elementary signals that is called 6th number is real exponential signal. These are very important. These will require. So it is defined as x of t equal to a into e to the power alpha t. Okay. Here alpha is a real number. Alpha is a real number. And depending on the value of alpha, we can say depending upon the value of alpha, we have different waveform. So different waveform means, okay, let the condition that when alpha equal to 0, okay, when alpha equal to 0, then xt signal would be constant. Why constant? When you put alpha here, okay, alpha equal to 0, then what is the value of this e to the power alpha t equal to 1? Okay. So when this is 1, this a is nothing but a constant. So here you can write a equal to constant. So only xt would be a constant value. So the by waveform, by graphical representation, you can write is like a constant waveform. It's straight, which amplitude is a. Okay. So come to the second point. So when this alpha equal to some positive value, okay, some positive value, then xt will be, okay, what will be xt? Positive value means it's some 1, 2, 3, 4. When you give some value of 1, okay, 2, 3, when you put this exponential is the value will be increased. Okay, so xt will be a growing exponential signal. Okay. So graphical representation is this. All the graphical representation should be in your mind. Okay. It should be visually also. The concept should be clear. So the mathematical this function also important. This graphical represent are also important. You should remember those things. So this will be increasing. Okay. Okay, you can say, sir, why this t equal to negative value? Isn't it? I am saying that alpha is positive, not t is positive only. So t may be negative also, but alpha value should be positive. So the value will be as a increasing. When you increase the time value, the plot also, the value of e to the power alpha t will also increase. And when t equal to 0, at t equal to 0 value here, the amplitude will be what? A. Okay, because when t equal to 0, this value will be A. So like that, come to the third condition. Somebody is still sending the request for it join the class. This is the first time I'm allow all the people. This ask all your friends not to join in between the class. So third property is what? One second. The third property is when alpha equal to negative value, okay, then the signal xt is decaying exponentially. Okay, decaying exponentially means it's it decreases its value as increase the time. Okay, the graphical representation is like this. The value of t here, the curve of the at t equal to 0, here value is A. So you can see the difference, the condition of all the condition for real exponential signals. When alpha equal to 0, it gives the constant. When alpha equal to positive, it gives the growing exponential signals. And when alpha equal to negative, then it gives the means decaying exponential. So this is these are from the real exponential signals. That to come 8 number, that is called complex exponential signal. Okay. So complex exponential signals, the mathematical derivation is it is defined as x of t equal to a into e to the power exponential means e is there. Okay, exponential matlab is represented by e, a into e to the power st. Okay, where s is a complex number. Okay, where s is a complex number, x is a complex number is nothing but alpha. Oh, sorry. This is represent alpha plus j omega. Okay, this is what is already you find in class 10 or 12. It is real part, and this is imaginary part. Imaginary part, or since it's have j term. So this is complex exponential signals. So waveform of the signals depends on, you can write, depending on the value of alpha and omega, different waveform or signal exist. Okay, so what I am saying, depending upon the value of alpha and this sigma and omega, we have different waveforms. So let's see one by one all the waveform. So condition number 1. Okay, let me give the signal here. Okay, what is the signal? xt equal to e to the power st, or we can write e to the power what? Sigma plus j omega t, or we can write what? We can write e to the power sigma t into e to the power j omega t. These things you should make it, this formula will make it clear, the waveform. Let's plot a waveform 1. when okay, here A is there, okay, constant term A is there. So when S equal to 0, or you can say alpha and omega equal to 0. If both are 0, this value is 1. So when S equal to 0, so the xt will be a constant signal. Why it is constant signal? When we put S equal to 0, then only A will be there. So it is a constant signal, and representation is this. This is the constant signal. This is starts in the y-axis. Since I am writing here, so this is the constant signal. So come to the second property. When S equal to some positive values, it's similar with the previous three property of the real exponential signal. Only positive values and real values is there, where omega equal to 0. Here you can write that, you can write sigma equal to 0 and omega equal to 0. If sigma and omega both are 0, then this term will be 0, and this term will become 1, so constant. So like that you write, it will be better for you. Otherwise it will make confused. So when this sigma equal to some positive value and omega equal to 0, okay, then xt is nothing but is a growing exponential signal. So waveform is, as I say, this waveform is the increasing. This is t, this is x of t. This value is nothing but a. First three waveform is similar with the previous signal, because we are taking here alpha equal to 0, omega equal to 0. That's why. Because if omega equal to 0, there will be no imaginary term. So it's similar with the real signals. When sigma equal to negative and omega equal to 0, then xt is a decaying exponential signal. Okay. In this case, waveform would be nothing but is decaying. Means it's it gradually decreases amplitude. So this is t. This is, you can say, xt, and the curve where it touches the y-axis is called amplitude a. Okay, this is three property, and remaining there are three more property waveform is there. Fourth number. Now we will take some omega value. In the first case, we will take when, let me write here, xt equal to a into e to the power sigma t into e to the power j omega t. Okay. Now here will when sigma value is suppose 0, but suppose omega has some positive values. Okay. Or you can say omega has exist. Okay, it's maybe plus minus both the values there. No problem. It's for the condition for positive and negative. Let me show. Then we'll have some what? Then xt is a sinusoidal signal. Sinusoidal signal. Why sinusoidal signal? Because when sigma equal to 0, then the real part will be 1. Okay, this part will be 1. Only term is there, a into e to the power j omega t. So e to the power j omega t means what? As we heard about e to the power j theta equal to what? We can write cos theta plus j sin theta. Okay, so this we can write. So here you can say that these are nothing but a sinusoidal signals. Okay, so sinusoidal signals would be, we can write so when this sigma equal to 0 and only omega value is there, then we'll get the sinusoidal signals where amplitude is a. Okay, because a is the amplitude, which sinusoidal signal amplitude will be a.